All right, unfortunately, this is a review that I have not been looking forward to doing. And the reason I've not been looking forward to it is because it's going to be a negative review, unfortunately. I hate to do this to one of my sponsors that, sends me free stuff to review on the channel. But if you guys have ever wondered if I'm honest with my reviews, this video here right here should definitely put that to bed. So this is a handguard by a company named FYLAND, if I'm saying that correctly. It's a 12 or 13 inch M-LOK handguard. It's got the Picatinny rail on top, obviously. It's numbered, which I like. It's pretty light, especially considering that it's rather thick, at least compared to like my BCA uppers, or well, I don't know why I'm saying uppers, handguards that I'm used to. This one's a lot thicker, yet it's not any heavier. It's pretty light. It's got a nice finish on it. The barrel nut that it comes with, which it does come with the barrel nut. Most of them do, but some don't. And by the way, sorry in advance, my hands are dirty. I had to work on a car today, and I've washed them like 3 times, and that's still how dirty they are. And yes, I know mechanic soaps and little brushes and whatnot, but anyways, barrel nut seems pretty well built. It's nice and heavy, nice and thick, so I think it's a pretty good barrel nut. But unfortunately, that's about where the positives end for me. There's 2 rows of these holes, so there's 12 in total per row. And I tried every single one to try to get this to line up right. And not a single one will line up 100%. So you can see how that bottom bolt there is off-centered. The bottom and top there are off-centered. It just looks terrible. But on top of, just cosmetics and whether it's visually pleasing or not, some of them are flush. The ones that are cockeyed like that, you can feel the edge on them. They're not flush because they're not able to quite tighten all the way down, because they're hitting that tapered edge because they're not lining up properly. And like I said, I tried every single combination of holes, and it's the same story with every single one. So there's no way around that on this. Now, that might be okay. That might be something that you're willing to take a chance on, or something you might be willing to deal with if this was a budget rail, but it's not. They want $200 some odd for this handrail, and I know some of you just gasped. And maybe that'd be fine if it was a name brand product of high quality, although that's still very high for a handguard. But at that price, you would expect not only name brand, but also, for it to be flawless and not have these issues like that. Oh, but at the end of the day, and you're really going to want to sit down for this one's a real shocker. So, FYLAND, right? That's the brand of this. Well, I've never heard of them. I'm sure you guys have never heard of them because I think it's a fairly new thing. So, even more so, if they are brand new to the market, which I believe they are, what are you thinking? Charging $250 for a 12-inch handguard. But come to find out, and not because of my sponsor or my contact or whatever you want to call it that I deal with, typically they usually represent more than one brand, or I'll say some of them do. But I found out this is actually by the same company, FYLAND. And the way I found that out, I went to their website, and I believe it was under the contact info. It may have been the about section, but I don't think it was. I think it was actually the contact info. And then you finally see a little thing down there that says FYLAND. And that's the company that sells those little $30 red dots on Amazon. So what are they doing, making $250 handguards and changing the name on them? Now, I suppose that doesn't necessarily mean anything, because there's other companies out there that not only have like a lower end budget brand on things, but then they also have like a high end brand of things. So that's not unheard of in the industry. But if you're doing such, your high end products at those high end prices, well, they have to be high end quality. And this one just simply is not. So that's about all I have to say about this one. I do like the handguard. It feels good in the hand. It feels like it's well made, other than the out of spec holes, I guess. But it feels good in the hand. It's lightweight. It feels like it's pretty durable. I really have no clue, without trying to, smash it against a tree or with a hammer or something. I'm not going to do that. So, you know, for like 30 to 50 bucks, you know, I would definitely like this thing, but $250? What are they thinking? But also at $250, you cannot let stuff like this slip. Okay, so that, like I said, if it was actually, you know, worth $250, sure, but clearly that is not the case. And yeah, I just pulled the screws out, and if this would focus, I love playing the focus game with this camera. Let's try this. There you go. So where I tighten those down, there, now you can finally see it. So where I tighten this down, you can see actually on both sides where the edge of that screw cut into it. And I don't know what kind of coating that is, whether it's just paint or what, but on several of them it has tore the finish off because they did not line up properly. And you can see over there, although it didn't necessarily tear it off, it put a nice cut mark in it. So yeah, that's not what you pay $250 for. And again, I don't think this thing was worth anywhere near $250, even if it was flawless, but that's certainly not the quality you're supposed to get with a $250 handguard. So that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching, and like I said, if you guys ever wondered how honest I am in my reviews, well, now you know.